in the... That's another mulberry tree. I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. Oh, my God. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Tiara, and I am gardening in Zone 6B in Indiana here at Divine Nature Urban Homestead channel. And today, I'm going to try to keep it short because it looks like it's going to rain soon, even though the weather says it's not supposed to rain. But, you know, sometimes the weather forecast is not always accurate. So today, I'm going to be doing some foraging. Remember in that last video when I thought that was blackberries on that bush? It was actually mulberries. I checked with my plant ID app and it's actually mulberries. So we're going to be foraging for some of those mulberries. We're going to harvest some of those. For a later time, I'm going to make that into some jam. We're also going to try and finish transplanting some of the potted plants in the backyard with the tiller. If it doesn't rain, I'll go ahead and water them in. But if it starts to rain, we're going to let God do it. All right. So before we get into all of that, we're going to do a quick garden walkthrough just to see what's going on. Okay, so those onions still look the same, but what I want to show you all is, I might have spoken too soon. Y'all see that onion right down in there? It looks like it's actually going to bulb, and I'm so excited about that, y'all. I was jumping for joy. I thought all my onions had rotted, and it looks like this one might bulb up as well. So, I'm glad I didn't pull them. I wasn't going to anyway. I was just going to harvest the green tops, but I am so excited. If these onions bulb, y'all, I will probably be so excited that I might actually cry. I'm not even lying. Our spinach has gotten bigger seemingly overnight. So we do have a couple of spinach, not spinach, I meant mustard surprises coming up through here. So the spinach is looking good. Everything's looking good and beautiful. Something's eating it. I know it's that cabbage moth eating it, but right now it's not doing real bad damage, so I'm not real worried right now. Okay, our zucchini looks good. Oh, there's a bug crawling through there. Okay, yep, buds coming up. They're still too young to tell which one is male and female, so you know, we're not gonna be too focused on that right now. Yep, my citronella. This is a citronella plant, by the way. Citronella's looking good. My radishes look good down in there. My beets are looking good. I was just thinking earlier this morning that, I don't know, y'all tell me what you think. Should I thin these beets out and let them bulb into full beets? And I'm only asking because I know that beets are a cool weather crop and it's getting hot. And so, I don't know, should I thin them out or should I just harvest them as beet greens and just let them grow into like a lush bush, like the spinach bed over here? Or should I at least try to thin them out and see if they'll bulb up? I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments what you think I should do with that. Because beet greens are really good for you as well. Well, I really wanted to show you all. That's my water can filling up. Remember in the other video, I was excited about this honeydew that popped up? Well, I found another one that also popped up. And we have... This is yep, this is the patty. Is that the patty pan? Nope, that's the honey. That's the honeydew. This one's the honeydew. This is the patty pan. I'm growing the white scallop bush squash, which is a type of patty pan squash. And then I got another one back in here, if y'all can see that. So I'm super excited about that. Oh my goodness. I don't see anything else that has come up of the vining plants. Like I don't see, oh shoot, oh I missed this one. This was not, okay, 1 2 3 4 5, oh 6, oh my goodness. So that's honeydew, looks like 2 honeydew, this one the honeydew or honey nut? We got 2 honeydew, 2 patty pan, and I believe 2 honey nut squashes. I have to relabel my my cards because the writing washed off. But nonetheless, I am super excited about that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's see what's going on over here. All right, the green beans are looking good. Every day the flowers are growing more and more. These little white buds, those are the flowers, and they're gonna bloom. And then the green bean comes out of the center of the flower. So super excited about that. Strawberries looking good. Potatoes. Looks like the buds got a little bit bigger on that. So yes, everything is looking beautiful. Beautiful. I'm gonna find something to put in this pot with this basil. Okay, and the cabbage moth is just having a heyday on my Brussels sprouts. Yeah, so that's just a quick walkthrough. I gotta cover that seed potato back up. That's just a quick walkthrough of what's going on, what's growing. Oh, let me take you all over here to... This is my Clemson spineless okra. I've got one here and I got one here. Yeah, it's a little bit flooded right now because the water hose spigot is running. But it's gonna be fine. Trust me, this clay soil is gonna absorb that right on up and it's gonna be fine. All right. Let me turn that off. Hope I don't get sprayed. Because, yep, it's broken. As y'all can see, that is broken. So... Okay. Okay, guys. So remember in one of my previous videos, I was wondering if these were like blackberries or an imposter. I looked on my plant ID app and I found out it's actually mulberry, which is still very edible. And according to the app, they're very delicious as well. So we're going to harvest some of these and hopefully make them into some jam in the future.
She wakes up before the morning dew can even dry, with a quiet kind of magic beneath the violet sky. She slides into those denim overalls, more soft and thin, ready for the day to let the garden work begin. She ties her hair back tight and finds that woven straw, the widest brim protection that you ever saw. It casts a gentle shadow across her honey skin, while she whispers to the roses where the light creeps in. Oh, she's my lady in the garden, hat and denim blue, growing something beautiful and keeping it so true. With dirt beneath the fingernails and rhythm in her soul, she makes the broken pieces of my spirit feel so whole. Wrapped in cotton we sun.
Okay, so there were actually a lot more on the tree the other day when I came out here and first discovered it. Obviously the birds got to it. There's more on the other side of the fence, but I'm not going to fool with that right now. Oh, there's one more. I'm not going to fool with that right now on the other side of the fence, because there's another thorny weed bush type thing growing up with it. So this is all I was able to get, just a handful of them. I don't know if you can see them really well against this dark basket, but it's about a handful of them. Nonetheless, I can still use these even if it's not for making jam. I can just rinse these off and we can just munch on them. I'm gonna try one though, just to see, because I've never tasted mulberry. So we're gonna try just a tiny bit first and make sure we don't kick the bucket and die over here. So I'm trusting my app, and I confirmed with multiple sources that this is mulberry, so I'm trusting it. So but this is what we got. Nonetheless, I'm very happy for what we got. I mean, if nothing else, I can mix it with some blueberries and make some blueberry and mulberry jam. Okay, all right. So now that we got that part over with, let's go ahead and move on over to the back fence, and we are going to start our tilling and transplanting the rest of these plants here. Where we gonna sit, y'all? Where we gonna sit? Okay, because we gotta put some zucchini plants down. So we gotta make sure these zucchini plants have plenty of space. All right, so let me find a good spot for my tripod here. Yeah, I don't mind you know, talking about my video equipment while I'm trying to set it up while recording, because things ain't always perfect over here. So I think this is a good spot. All right.
It's clinging to the leaves, a quiet dance beneath the willow trees. I'll find my peace within the damp and fertile ground, where silent secrets in the soil are surely found. I press my palms against the cool and heavy clay, and watch the shadows of the trellis start to sway. The lavender is waking in the early light to shade away the heavy stillness of the night. There is a rhythm in the way the roses grow, a steady pulse that only patient gardeners know. I plant a seed and wait for life to find its way through every hour of the long and golden day. Oh, we are growing in the garden of my mind.
Okay. Guess I can stay right there. All right. Hope you all can see me. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and give just a small tutorial on how I transplant my zucchini plants. So much like how I transplant my other plants, I make sure that I take up as much of that surrounding soil as possible. You really want to try not to disturb the roots. That one crumbled, but it's okay. We can put it right on down in here. Now I'm going to take some of this soil that it was already sitting in and just go ahead and surround it. And this is the one that was real leggy. So I'm praying that although it is the runt of the bunch, I'm praying that it come out strong. And this soil, you didn't see me add amendments to this one because when I transplanted it the very first time out of the smaller seed pot that it was in, I had already added the amendments, so there was no need to really add it again since I'm using a lot of the soil that was sitting in the grow bag anyway. With zucchini, you want to give them when you transplant them, you want to give them at least a good 6 inches of depth when you plant them, because zucchini get large and their roots are going to naturally dig down further in the soil. Look at all that clay. Makes me wonder if some of this native clay soil is actually good for your skin. Like I know, like French green clay and bentonite clay, the red clay, I know those are good for your skin. But I wonder if this Indiana clay is good for your skin. Oh, by the way, if you see these on the ground, these are not strawberries, okay? These are imposters. They're made to look like strawberries, but as you can see, there's some slight differences. The leaves look similar in the fact that they're in threes and they're ruffled around the edges. And they're very veiny, but as you can tell, these are noticeably smaller. This is noticeably smaller. These are not real strawberries. These, I forget what they call them, fake strawberries, or they call them something strawberries, but they're not true strawberries. This is more like weeds. So if you see something like this growing across your ground, it's not strawberries. right, we got our first zucchini girl in there. We're gonna water her in real good, make her real comfortable and nice at home. I definitely want to come back and get this other mess from around here. But as long as I can tell where my plant babies are, we okay. Alright, so we gonna let her be. I'm gonna try to cover up some more of this legginess too, because I want the stem to get thick, you know, and not so thin and leggy like. So I'm gonna try and bury as much of that stem as possible, so that hopefully as it adapts, the stem will thicken up into a nice thick stalk. Because we want our babies to be healthy. You know, when we gardeners, when we get out here, we put in the work, you know, with the prayer that something's going to produce, right? You know, we're not doing it. I mean, some of us might be doing it for our health, but most of us, we're doing this with the anticipation of a harvest. So, you know. Is that a lightning bug? Oh, it's a little smaller than a lightning bug. If you're interested in starting your garden journey, I encourage you to do it. But there will be bugs. Okay, it's gonna be bugs, bees, beetles, birds, snakes, slugs, snails, raccoons, rabbits, you name it, you gonna find it. So just to let you know. All right. And I do organic gardening, by the way. Organic meaning like I don't use pesticides on my garden. I do buy starts from the store. Honestly, sometimes those are organic, sometimes I'm not sure if they are. But I don't put pesticides when I'm growing it. So I don't, that's just my choice. I don't choose to use that kind of stuff. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one because we got 3 of them left to do. You can also do a no-dig version of gardening. Like if you don't want to do the tilling and the shoveling like I'm doing, you can put down some weed barrier. It's like a long, look like a trash bag, like a long trash bag type material. It's like vinyl. You put it down and you can poke holes in it, and you can plant your I'm sorry, not poke holes in it. I'm thinking of something else. You can lay it down, and then you can put your soil on top of it, and you can plant your plants that way. I imagine you probably should poke holes in it because you need drainage. I've never done it that way, but I've seen other gardeners do it that way. It's called the no-dig version. If you don't want to do all this, I'm okay with doing all this, but if you don't want to, you can check out the no-dig way to do it, and a lot of them are very successful with that. All right, let's move on to the next plot. All right, so we got it here. Let's see where we're gonna put the next one. If we got that one right there, if I want at least a few feet of space, I think I want to put the next one like right in here. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay. Hopefully my camera does not fall. All right, y'all. If the camera falls, my apologies. This is uneven ground back here. Hopefully as as my YouTube channel grows and, I'm able to invest in some even better equipment. Oh no, this one is nothing but roots. Ooh. Oh. Okay. All right. Challenge accepted. Challenge accepted. I don't give up not too easily on challenges anyway. I just hope I don't run into that darn tree root that I kept running into on the other one and the previous ones. And did not see that part in the video when I found that just about a minute or two ago, digging in the other hole. And I found that chain. I guess whoever lived here before must have had a dog chain, a dog back here, because it maybe was a dog chain or something. I hope that's all it was. You know, it's it's some strange people in this world. That's all I'm gonna say on that. You're gonna say it was a dog chain. Something bit me. I definitely just got bit by a mosquito. I gotta get that skin so soft that everybody's talking about. They say it repels bugs, mosquitoes specifically. The gardeners swear by it. Yep, I definitely got bit. I feel that long aggravating itch. Alright, it's a nice big root right there. So, yep, there's a root right there too. Alright. So, I'm just going to dig up enough that my zucchini will sit down in there nicely. Let her root out as nature intended for her to do. I'm going to let her be great. I think I counted another tree root. Yeah. Plants are smart, y'all. If they will find a way to make room for their roots. So, yeah, it's a tree. I think there might used to be a tree, a massive tree over here. All right, I think that's deep enough. Okay. Whew. Okay. I definitely got big. Oh, they got me good, y'all. All right. I'm gonna take some of this good this good pot soil here. And put her right on down. I actually might have. Hold on, I might have made that hole a little too deep. This is a little mama right here, so we're gonna fill that in some more with the soil that was in the pot. And we're gonna let her be great from there. There we go. Yeah. Try and cover her back up. It wasn't much that I tilled up this time, so there's not much to pull from the native soil here, but I got some soil left from this previous pot, so we gonna be all right. Like Kendrick Lamar said, we gonna be all right. Alright, got her in there good. Alright, don't she look so cute down in there, y'all? She just looks so cute. Okay. Alright, so 2 down, 2 more to go. We're gonna give her a few feet of space. And maybe plant the next one right here. Alright. Now this is actually moving along faster than I thought. I am gonna come back. I'm probably not gonna do it today because I really need to get inside and get dinner going. But I am gonna come back and get all this mess down. Okay. Oops. Looks like I need to rotate y'all a little bit so you can see better. Oops. Oh, the technical difficulties. Okay. All right, now that we're stable, we good? All right. So my goal today was just to get the rest of these plants down and get them watered in. It's actually kind of humid out here, even though it's cool, it feels kind of humid, so I feel like it's going to rain sometime in the next day or two. But zucchini, they can be dramatic. They can be like divas. So like when you transplant them, you want to make sure you give them a good watering. So that's what we're gonna do. I am gonna come back another day and I'm gonna get all this foolishness down. Yep, I call it foolishness. Anything that doesn't make sense to me, I call it foolishness. And this don't make no sense to me. Therefore, it is foolishness. Y'all, this is the ugly part of gardening, okay? I don't mind it because I'm one with nature. I love getting out here in the dirt, even with the hard work. But this is the ugly part of it. I know there's so many of you see those pretty laid out gardens. And believe you me, I love them pretty laid out gardens too. But them pretty laid out gardens came with work. Those people, they put in work. You know, work, time, and money. The cheapest way to get into gardening, if you want to get into this, the cheapest way is to just do straight into the ground. Now, this doesn't mean that you won't spend money, because you're going to need soil amendments, especially if you're doing it in native soil. You don't know how depleted this soil is. So you get your soil amendments and you amend your soil. You put them seeds in the ground. That's the cheapest way. Cheapest, meaning not free, but cheapest. And even still, that can, you know, you can spend some money even doing that, because gardening takes money. It takes work, it takes time, and it takes money. If you're getting into this because you think you're gonna save on groceries, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're not gonna save on groceries. Not in the, that's another mulberry tree. I'm sorry. I just saw another mulberry tree back here. Y'all look at that. Push the stop record button, but that's a whole nother mulberry tree, and you can't see the berries on the camera, but I can see them. And I didn't, hey, we got more mulberries. We're gonna harvest them another day though. All right, back to the conversation about gardening. Okay, gardening and finances. Okay, if you're getting into this because you think you're gonna save on groceries, I'm gonna just be honest with you, you're not. Because gardening is an investment. Now, over time, you'll start to see it pay you back, and you'll be able to say, yeah, I save on my groceries. But over time, in the beginning, it's an investment, and it's going to take you a few years before you start getting a return on your investment, in terms of, like, not in terms of your harvest, but in terms of being able to really sit down and look at the numbers and be able to say, yeah, I am saving money on groceries. But in the first 1, maybe 2 years, I'm not trying to burst your bubble, but I'm gonna have to burst it. Pop, pop. You're not gonna save money. You may not be in the grocery store getting as much stuff, but what you're saving in the grocery store, you're putting in your garden. So you're gonna end up breaking even. So it's not necessarily that you're saving money. But I get into this because I care about what's in my food. And 2, I love the rewards of my work. So that's why I do it. I'm already knowing that I may or may not save on groceries. But you know, if that's what you're getting into it for, I'm just here to, you know, kindly, gently tug on you and tell you that you might want to rethink that. At least for the first couple of years. After that, then you'll be able to say, yeah, I'm saving some money on groceries. But in the beginning, it's an investment. All right, back to Clinton. There's my TED Talk. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. All right, girlie. Yep. That one's quite deep, too. All right. Oh, Jesus, Lord, have mercy. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus, Lord. Y'all. And I ain't really scared of spiders, but baby. No. No, baby. His butt is too fat for my taste. That looked like a baby tarantula. And I don't even know if we get tarantulas up here in Indiana. But baby, no. Absolutely not. That's going to be an absolute no for me. I'm going to let him go ahead and crawl on out that bag. Yeah, remember that part when I said you're going to have to deal with bugs? Yeah, that don't mean that you can't be scared of them. But they going to be there. So I'm going to let him do what he do. And I'm going to finish getting my soil out this bag. Because, nah, baby, you got to go. Little baby, you got to go. Yeah, okay, yeah, you crawl on and go be free. Go be great, but not in my pot. There you go. I think I got bit again. Mosquitoes is lighting me up. That's alright, I'm used to that at this point. Not that I like it any more or any less, but I'm used to it. All right, so she look good. Yeah, she looks good right there. Okay, yeah, I'm getting bit up real bad out here. All right, we got one more though. And it's on one leg too. It's only on one leg that I'm getting bit up, like lit up, bit up. So that's all right. I got some green alcohol in the house. And I found that green alcohol seems to work really well for me, you know, with the mosquitoes and the itching. So, all right. We're going to get at some space and we're going to put this last one right about right here. I'm going to tell that spot. Come on, camera. Cooperate with me now. Work with me. All right. Up. Feel like it's a root right there. Yeah. Let me get my shovel. Yeah, that spider, I ain't gonna lie, that spider scared the life out of me, y'all. And just as I thought I had gotten over my fear of spiders. Because I can deal with the little ones, little jumping spiders, the little white spiders, the little black spiders. I done got over them. They don't bother me. But when I saw that, the butt on that was just too fat for my liking. And that made me think of a tarantula. And they say tarantulas are some of the most harmless spiders. But honey, they just look intimidating. They just look crazy. If it look crazy, I don't care how friendly it is. It's gonna be a no for me. All right. So we're gonna work with that for this last one, and then we're gonna wrap it up. I know y'all probably thinking, now Tiara, how are you going to be able to identify it amongst all the other greenery? I'm going to be able to identify it out of the other greenery because of this surrounding freshly tilled dirt here, or soil, because there is a difference between dirt and soil. But all this freshly tilled soil right around it, I'll be able to tell. So at least, you know, until I get out here and do some serious yard work out here. Yeah, I got bit again. All right, they light me up out here, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna go water these babies in, and we're gonna check on them tomorrow. All right, so I'm gonna let that get settled in. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I'm gonna water these plants in for tonight. I'm gonna go inside and make dinner for myself and my babies. We're gonna harvest from this other mulberry tree another time, because I kind of don't have the time to do it right now, but we'll do it another time. And you know, we'll come back out here and we'll see how our plants are doing. So thanks for coming along with me on part 3. I think we're on part 3 of the new tiller surprise plant series, and nature just keeps on surprising me day by day. So I'm loving this. So thank you for coming along with me, and until next time, happy harvesting.